On a quiet farm outside Polokwane, Limpopo, where the sound of pigs feeding usually drowns out the silence of the countryside, a story has emerged so dark and unthinkable that it has left South Africa shaken to its core. Two women, Makgato and Lucia Ndlovu, went out one afternoon in search of something many poor families have come to rely on: discarded, expired food left out by farmers. They never made it home. What followed was a nightmare that reads like something torn from the pages of a horror script. Their lives were ended with gunfire, and their bodies, according to testimony in court, were dragged into a pigsty where they were left to be consumed by the very animals they had hoped might provide scraps to keep hunger at bay. In court, a young farm worker named Adrian de Wet, only 20 years old, stood trembling as he recounted how his employer, 60-year-old farm owner Zachariah Olivier, allegedly ordered him to carry out the unthinkable.
Makgato and Ndlovu, who was wounded in the incident that claimed his wife's life and that of Maria Makgato, is still in shock. He recalls the day he last saw his wife after they were allegedly shot while collecting food dumped at the farm to feed their families. Their homes are situated less than 10 kilometers from the farm where their bodies were found.
Safike farm laphana sabheka lapho esihlala sibheka khona sathola kula lutho so silokhu sibheka sabona abantu ababili ababemi so suddenly silokhu sibona abantu labana silokhu sixoxisana ngoba ngobani sezwi ubhobho siqala ukudubula. First bullet yachaya emoyeni, esibili yachaya mina, esithathu yachaya omunye unkosikazi esasilaye, esine yachaya unkosikazi wami. So suka khonapho nacambalala. For the meantime ngabuyela futhi kunkosikazi wami ukuthi ngimbheke ukuthi lokho ephila yini, ngathola ke ephila. Ngaxoxa la ukuthi ngamsiza ngimsindise kodwa kwakungela ncedo engaluyenza. Befika esibhedlela i-ambulance yathi yabuyela ethatha unkosikazi wami. Kodwa ngezozwa officer in charge sithi ambulance le police yawubuyela ayibatholanga. Kodwa after 4 days 5 days sokwenzakele lento mina sesibhedlela ngezothola utholakale ejikwe esipayini sengulube.
Maria Makgato's family is still battling to come to terms with the gruesome murder of their daughter.
Ba molaile ka dimpya ka re ba mo lumisitse le dimpya ba be ba mo lathela le ka leshakeng la dikolobe. Yele motho wa ka bolaya motho ka mpya wa mo lumisa le dimpya be a mo lathela le ka leshakeng la dikolobe.
She says she does not see herself living through this tragedy.
Nanga skhona uphila botse ke to phila yene bangona bana bangona ka batho ba ba sokola le nna ke to ba ke sokola bona me kwa ke dula ke gole tšhelete e be ke tsere go tuana ba mbuditse moshomo o thoma Polokwane ke ya Polokwane o thoma ke ta mo ane bjela ke sana le tšhelete a o namela.
The families are calling for justice.
Ngesifiso sami ngangakhangelanga ukuthi umlungu lo uzobulala. Ngangikhangele ukuthi uzosibamba kumbe nesigaba semapholiseni. Kodwa kwenzakala kanjalo. So isifiso sami ukuthi la nxa ukuthi wephula umthetho wangcono la ehlala ejele kuze kube nini.
Postmortem results will be released on Tuesday for families to know what led to the death of their loved ones as they prepare for their burials. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I am Zola Sholwana at Mangweng, Polokwane.
De Wet told the judge he was forced under threats to dispose of the women's corpses by feeding them to pigs. His voice cracked as he described the terror of obeying orders that would forever scar his conscience. He was not the only one accused. Another farm worker, a Zimbabwean national named William Musora, also stood in the dock. Together, they faced charges of murder, attempted murder for allegedly shooting at one of the victim's husbands, obstruction of justice, and illegal possession of a firearm. Forensic investigators would later confirm that the women's remains were discovered inside the pigsty, decomposed and desecrated in ways too graphic for families to imagine. Their deaths have sparked fury and heartbreak in a nation already bruised by inequality, racial tension, and the ongoing debate over land and justice in rural areas. Political parties have seized upon the case, with activists crowding outside the courthouse, demanding accountability, chanting the names of the two women whose poverty and desperation led them to Olivier's farm that day. Yet at the center of the storm is the haunting testimony of a young worker who says he was caught between survival and morality, between the wrath of his employer and the weight of a crime too heavy for any human soul.
An emotional family member of Maria Makgato, Walter Makgato, is devastated. This follows a decision taken by the Polokwane High Court to withdraw all charges relating to the pigsty killing against accused number 2, Adrian de Wet.
Accused number 2, as we've heard in court today, the charges against him has been withdrawn. He's essentially a free man. The state has realized, like we've always maintained from the very beginning, that he was innocent. And the state has realized this, and in exchange for his testimony, the charges against him have been withdrawn.
The murder case resumed with lawyers representing the 3 initial accused and the state updating the court regarding their preparations ahead of trial. The defense for Zachariah Olivier submitted an application for the matter to be postponed and a request for an inspection in loco as part of evidence gathering.
We will be seeking for an inspection in loco of the scene in light of the 204 statement. And then secondly, that there is a possibility that we would be filing a Section 87 further particulars. Why am I'm stating this to the court to indicate and make my final point, and that is, this is not a delaying tactic. It is not that my client trying to avoid his responsibility to stand a trial before this court. It is simply a matter of housekeeping.
The state has not opposed the application to have the trial moved to a later date.
I wish to confirm further that state is not opposing to this application solely based on the fact that he informed me that the information that they seek is going to strengthen the defense or the defense of accused number one. So I'm of the view that should I not allow this postponement, then I may be subjected to state prejudicing accused number 1. Hence, I'm not opposing to this application.
2 women, Maria Makgato and Makgato and Ndlovu's remains, were allegedly fed to pigs at a farm in Onvewacht near Sebayeng village. Zachariah Olivier and accused number 3, William Musora, have been kept in custody. The murder trial has been set for the 6th of October to the 17th of October. SABC News, Polokwane.
The courtroom has become more than a place of law. It is now the stage for South Africa to confront a brutal story of power, poverty, and the kind of violence that refuses to stay buried, even when bodies are hidden in the mud of a pigsty. Please let us know what do you think of this story in the comment section. If you made it this far, I assume you enjoyed the video. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.